All right, today we're diving into a platform called Homixo. It's supposed to be this all-in-one command center for well, let's be honest, the pretty chaotic world of real estate. So the big question is, does it actually deliver?
But before we get into the software itself, let's start with a question. And this one might feel a little too real if you're in the business. Is your agency just drowning in chaos? You know the feeling, right? Juggling clients, properties, paperwork, it's like a never-ending battle to just stay organized.
Okay, so let's dig into that chaos a little bit. What does it actually look like day to day for a lot of agencies that are still kind of stuck in the old ways? And this slide just nails it, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the before picture, a mess of spreadsheets, sticky notes that vanish into thin air, and so much wasted time just trying to find things. But on the right, that's the promise, isn't it? Centralized data, smart workflows, and actually closing deals faster. It's all about trading that frantic searching for some effective selling.
All right, so how exactly is Homixo supposed to fix all that? Let's jump into our next section and see how it positions itself as that central hub.
So, at its heart, Homixo is really designed to kick all those separate, scattered tools to the curb. Think of it as a combination of a CRM and an automation machine, all built to pull your information into one place, streamline how you work, and just, well, optimize your entire agency's operation.
Okay, let's see what that actually looks like. Here's the property listing screen. Every single property is perfectly archived, digitally. You can filter by, well, pretty much anything you can think of. Type, status, city, price. Suddenly, finding a specific file goes from taking hours to just a few seconds.
And it's the exact same story for your property owners. No more separate contact lists or random spreadsheets. All of their information is right here in one single searchable database. This is huge for managing those really critical relationships.
And then, of course, the most important piece of the puzzle, your customers, the lifeblood of your business, right? Every lead, every potential buyer, every renter, they're all tracked right here. You can see exactly who they are, where they came from, and which agent is handling them. It's basically a guarantee that no lead is ever going to fall through the cracks again.
Okay, so everything is neat and tidy. That's great, but how does this actually help your agents sell more? Let's get into the smart sales workflow. This is where the platform stops being just a database and starts acting like, well, like a co-pilot for your sales team.
The whole sales journey is broken down into these 4 super clear steps. You start by logging what the client needs, then the system does the hard work of auto-matching properties. After that, you're scheduling viewings, and finally, you're finalizing the contract. It creates this clean, repeatable process from that very first hello to a closed deal.
Now, step 1 is all about getting specific. We're not just talking about scribbling 3-bed, 2-bath on a notepad here. No, you're digitally logging everything. Their exact budget, the type of property they want, the neighborhoods they're dreaming of, those must-have amenities like a pool or parking, all of it. This detailed data is basically the fuel for the whole system.
And boom, here's the magic. This is the payoff for entering all that detail, the property match feature. Once you've logged what your client is looking for, the system's engine scans your entire inventory and bam, instantly gives you a list of perfect matches. What used to take hours of manual searching now literally happens in a single click.
So you've got your list of potential homes. Awesome. But now comes the next headache, scheduling the viewings, right? Well, Homixo handles this with a centralized appointments list. It's like a shared calendar for the whole team. You can see every single viewing, who it's for, and which agent is on it. Say goodbye to double bookings and confusion.
And to wrap up the workflow, we get to the contract stage. Here, you can register the deal digitally, putting in the final price and the commission rates. Then, the system automatically calculates the total commission and the split between the agent and the agency. It slashes the chances of human error when it comes to the money.
So, we've seen how Homixo is a game changer for agents out in the field. But what about the person running the whole show? Let's shift gears and look at the data-driven management tools for agency owners. And this right here is the admin dashboard. Basically, it's the command center for your entire agency. At a single glance, a manager can see all the key metrics: total properties, active deals, new listings, the total value of your contracts. It's a real-time snapshot of the health of your business.
And you can see how that data turns into actual insights. Take this donut chart, for example. It shows you the distribution of your property statuses. It instantly answers those big questions. Are our properties just sitting on the market? Or are they actually moving to reserved and sold? This one little visual tells you so much about how fast your inventory is moving. The system also gives you total financial transparency, which is huge.
On the left, you see a list of all your signed contracts, and on the right, the commission tracking tool. It draws a straight line from closing a deal to getting paid. This lets managers follow the money and make sure the cash flow is looking healthy.
But the management toolkit doesn't stop there. It goes even deeper. You've got a task management system to keep everyone accountable, expense tracking to keep an eye on costs, advanced reporting for when you really need to dive into the numbers, and really robust user and role management so you can control exactly who sees what. Security is baked right in.
So what's the big picture here? What happens when you put all of this together? The centralization, the smart workflows, the data-driven management, what's the end result? Let's wrap things up by looking at what a transformed agency really looks like.
You know, it really seems to boil down to 3 massive benefits. First, you're speeding up your transactions from the moment a property is listed to the moment it's closed. Second, you're improving your customer service just by being more organized and responsive. And when you nail those 2 things, well, you get to the ultimate goal. You grow your agency's revenue.
You know, the platform's own tagline pretty much says it all. Close more deals faster. It's direct, it's powerful, and it really positions Homixo as this essential tool for any real estate agency that wants to seriously compete today.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought to chew on. When you take a hard look at the tools you're using every single day, the spreadsheets, the notebooks, all that scattered information, you've got to ask yourself, is my agency actually built for the future?